Now, last time, I mentioned that I was going to be upgrading my sentry to level 15 this episode. But as you may have already noticed, it's not my sentry being upgraded, it's my scanner that's being upgraded to level 11. And I'm going to explain this in a bit, but first, let's take a look at my security log, because some people have managed to successfully get a hack on me last night. And hopefully, by taking a look at this, it will be sort of explanatory why I'm upgrading the sentry. So, first off, we have Logrus, a level 38, came in with stealth and portal. So, previously, I have said that with the level 10 scanner, they wouldn't be able to get past the first two code gate. And this is still true. And I also said that they can probably portal onto the second code gate without alerting the network, and turns out this is also true. They can in fact do that. However, what I didn't predict was how big of a deal even being able to do this actually is. Because at first what I thought was that, well sure, they can port onto the second code gate. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. They just save a bit of time. But no, it's actually way worse than that. Because if you take a look here, he basically put on 3 beam cannon and quickly took down the first scanner. And my antivirus didn't even reach the scanner. So the 2 turrets at the front there are using the level 1 antivirus. So the first choke point does not have full power and it's just really easily taken down. But it gets worse, because here on the Guardian, he was also able to take it down really quickly and then secure it with a protector. So not only is my antivirus didn't reach the first choke point, it's also now being prevented from reaching the rest of my network. Because if you take a look here, my scanner choke point at the core, it still has no antivirus at all. And once he basically secures this choke point, then he has nothing to worry about for the rest of the network, because my antivirus has been trapped all the way back on the second choke point, and here he can pretty much just use whatever he wants, because he has no need to be afraid of an antivirus. And he has plenty of time remaining. He doesn't even have to use an ice wall, so that's not going to decrease his DPS either. And normally, if my antivirus was here, I think he would be kind of screwed, because he has 4 ice wall and 1 protector left, and he will definitely need a protector on this scanner under normal circumstances, and then that will leave him with 3 ice walls remaining, which will make it pretty difficult for him to take the 2 storages, because the antivirus on the 2 storage will also give him some difficulty. But because he has the protector and the ice wall remaining, and the fact that there's no antivirus, it's pretty much, well, he doesn't have to worry about it at all. In fact, he didn't even need the ice wall, so it doesn't even really matter in that sense. And so basically he gets a free loot here for $1 million and 5 million B-coins. So, yep. Or 5,000 B-coins, I meant. And again, we see the same thing from Ray 1007 or 1007. And he basically does the same thing with the portal and with the Wraith and then the portal. And it's basically the same concept with a slightly different take on it. So he comes in with the portal as well, and instead he comes in and uses the shocker and a 1 blaster. In fact, I think he might not even really need the blaster, because he's only taking level 1 antivirus damage. And the only high level antivirus damage is coming only from the Guardian, so I think he didn't even really need the blaster here, but anyways. And he correctly identifies the weak point here as well. So he's actually using the shocker to prevent the Guardian from spreading the antivirus, which is really clever as well. Because by disabling the Guardian with the shocker, the rest of my network also wasn't able to get the antivirus, even though he wasn't on the Guardian yet. He simply prevented it from continuing to spread onto the scanner, and then he took his time to get onto the Guardian. And similarly, by doing so, he prevented the antivirus from reaching the rest of my network, and all he needed to do was take down these nodes back here, which doesn't really cost him that much time. Still has a minute and 50 seconds remaining before he gets onto the scanner. And once again, I guess that ISO was a mistake there, because he could just go with full beam cannon. And with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining, he's going to take this down no problem. And granted, he is missing a blaster, but my Colgate right there is level 6. If I had like maybe a level 10 Colgate, then this would be a problem for him because he's not going to get through a level 10 Colgate with only 3 beam cannons. But since it's only level 6, he is going to get through this eventually, a bit slowly, but he has nothing to worry about. There's no rush because there's no antivirus, and there's a minute left, so he's going to loot everything just the same, no problem at all. And I did retrace zethlife again, and I guess he's back here again, so he's going to hack me the exact same way. Although I guess this means that I'll be able to try and retrace him later to redeem myself. But one thing that we notice here is that the portal seems to end off at roughly 3.3k visibility, around that. So basically what this means is that my scanner is pretty powerful, but it's missing just a little bit. So that's why I'm going for the level 11. Because I didn't actually do the math here, but I'm thinking that it sounds about right. I think level 11 would be able to prevent them from even portaling onto the first Colgate. And if I can do that, then that will probably be enough, because sure, they can get onto the first Colgate, and I think that's fine. The second Colgate is still going to slow them down, and that will be plenty of time for the antivirus to spread to the rest of my network. And if I can do that, then it doesn't really matter if they come at me with the portal. I should be safe against it completely. So upgrading the scanner is just a really easy way to defend against stealth. But it's also kind of a love-hate relationship here. Because on one hand, stealth is good because it's really easy to defend against. But on the other hand, stealth is bad because it's really easy to defend against. Because if you take a look at when Regan hacked me, his hack was a brute force attack, and he made me reconsider my entire network. Well, maybe not the entire network, but a lot of the parts of it. Whereas for a stealth hack, I just come along and say, well, all I need to do is, well, upgrade the scanner more, I guess, and that's about it. It doesn't really make me think about what I can do to change the network, other than just improving my scanner, and that's about all there is to it. So it's nice because I don't have to put too much thought into it, but it's also kind of lame because it's all I need to do is just upgrade things as opposed to changing something fundamentally with my network. I mean, granted, I could just move my Colgate up here and that will prevent them from stealthing in, but why do that when it's way easier to just upgrade the scanner again, if you know what I mean. But on the bright side, I have begun upgrading my blaster to level 6, and I was considering whether I should be upgrading my protector or my blaster, and I ended up going with the blaster. And that's because with the protector, it's definitely nice. It's going to help me with the choke points. I don't have to refresh ice walls as much, and so it's going to allow me to do more damage. But the blaster is about the same, because I'm also using the blaster a lot on Colgates now, and there's 3 Colgates, so it's definitely going to help getting through them faster. But I also use the blaster on the choke point a lot. So if the blaster helps me take down the nodes quicker, that also indirectly means the protector will last longer. So there's more benefit to upgrading the blaster, but afterwards I will be upgrading the protector as well. So yeah, that's everything for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and if you liked the video, then please remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.